This one is quite annoying. I don't know what exactly would make me use my own money to support my wedding. I will not use my money to get married. Bro, marriage is different. If somebody really wants to marry you and he's ready, you two will do what you will be capable of doing. He shouldn't go and do anything that you will pay for something. I won't pay. Me. pay for my own marriage things. You know why? Me. A whole 10/10. Me. Listen to the story. I wanted my husband to know from the start that I wasn't in his life to put everything on his shoulders, but to support him whenever I could. Right from the day we decided to get married, I showed him that I was his helper. I didn't allow him to carry all the burden alone. I paid for my own gown, makeup, and accessories. My father also supported us to ensure we had a good wedding. Why would you buy your own gown for the wedding? A wedding that a man is coming to marry you, you pay for your own gown. Ring, gown. The man is supposed to help you to select it all the way from Turkey or wherever you want to select it from. Like what? You paid for your own gown and makeup, and your father even helped. As what? Your father is what? Before the wedding, I had been diagnosed with PCOS. The doctors made me believe I might not conceive. After marriage, I didn't lose hope. I sought treatment while we kept trying and failing to conceive. In the midst of all of these struggles, I found out 2 years into the marriage that he was having an affair. Of course he's going to have an affair. The moment you paid for that gown, the moment you paid for that gown and that makeup, he was going to take it for granted. Men who love you will never allow you to pay for your own gown. Motherfucker. You paid for your own gown and you didn't want him to take it for granted. You don't know men, Men don't like women who help them. Men like women who show them shaggy. Women who tell them that you are stingy, you are this, you are that. That is the kind of women men like. They don't like all the good women. Men don't like good women. Men and good women are like this. They don't mix. They like wicked women, very wicked people. You paid for your own gown. He's having an affair with the one he really loves. If you leave him today, he will go and marry that woman and you will fly her gown all the way from Turkey from his pocket money. You don't know men. When I confronted the lady, she admitted she knew he was married. She chose to be with him because my husband told her the marriage with me was already over. Great. That marked the beginning of a painful phase in my marriage. There were constant arguments, and at times he would spend weekends at hers. At some point, he openly told me he didn't want me anymore, and you are there. In 2018, I decided to walk away. I made plans to live on my own, but just a month later, I discovered I was pregnant. Bro, leave alone and take care of your baby. So annoying. That was after 4.5 years of trying. In my joy, I saw the pregnancy as a sign from God. All these Christian sisters, they always think their brains are for decoration. So you got pregnant and you think it's a sign from God for you to go back to your husband. To go and find what? A reason to give the marriage another chance. 6 months into my pregnancy, he said he no longer loved me. Things are no longer working between us. Let's go our separate ways. He proposed. I cried day and night, soaked my pillow with tears, and lost my appetite until he returned to apologize. He said he didn't know what came over him. My sister, if you are stupid, that's how men will use you. Men don't like stupid women. If you are stupid, you are calm, you are good, men don't like you. They will use you and play chaskele. I eventually gave birth via C-section. After that same period, his affair with the other lady ended bitterly. They exchanged harsh words, and she even mocked and disgraced him on social media. I saw it as a possible turning point, maybe a chance to rebuild my marriage. Ha! My sister! Then swear for you. Nigerians will be like, then swear for you, then swear for you. Who swear for you? Eh? Your man left you for another woman. The woman even knew he was married. The two people disgraced you. And then what? After you got pregnant, he still left you for that woman. And now that their relationship ended bitterly, you saw it as what? Hey, women, your brain is like this. Some of you, your brain is like this. Turning point, opportunity. Show you the one. But soon after COVID-19 struck, just before the lockdown, my father-in-law came to stay with us. Suddenly, he suffered a minor stroke. I had then secured a job as a restaurant supervisor, which required me to leave the house as early as 4:30 a.m. Balancing work, the household, and caring for my father-in-law was overwhelming. The job, however, became a lifeline because I sometimes brought leftover food from the restaurant for us to eat. Realizing I couldn't care for my father-in-law alone, I took advice to involve my mother-in-law. She joined us in Accra 3 days after the president announced the nationwide lockdown. I lost my job after that. The restaurant had to shut down. My husband controlled the household money. He gave me what he wanted, regardless of our actual needs. For example, if my shopping list totaled 500 Ghana, he will hand me 200 and expect me to find the rest. 2 months down the line, I noticed changes in his routine. He wasn't leaving early for work and often returned home usually early. After investigating, I found out he lost his job due to COVID-19 related issues. Out of desperation, I called my father abroad. After hearing my struggles, he advised me to further my education so I could access better opportunities. He promised to support me. This encouraged me to apply for my MPhil. Even before finishing the 2-year program, I got a job as a homeschool teacher. That opportunity gave me more hope and some financial relief. One day, the friend who helped me with the house schooling role called again. This time, she informed me about a vacancy in another region. I applied without knowing the salary or benefit. God being so good, I got a job. When I received the contract letter, I cried tears of joy. This breakthrough came at one of the hardest points in my life. It was a time we couldn't pay our son's school fees. We barely managed to eat. We survived on rice and stew every day. At one point, we couldn't even afford charcoal to cook. I had to collect sticks around the neighborhood just to make fire. The job changed everything for me within a few months. I cleared debts and we accumulated from borrowing money to feed and pay school fees. With my first allowance, I even began renovating our unfinished home in Accra, hoping it will bring joy and relief to my husband. See, you see this life here? The people I don't like cry are the ones with the little brain. As I say, like, my sister. My sister, why? You are renovating your home as what? As the man of the house. No, as the man of the house. What is the man of the house doing that you are now the one renovating houses? It will over you. You see this life, if you say you will not use your brain, men will use it for you. I sent money home to support the project, but during a visit, I discovered that the workers hadn't been fully paid. When I confronted him, he grew angry and told me I had no right to dictate how money should be used, even if it was mine. And when it was time for my son and me to return to the region, he didn't come to see us off. You wanted it? Hey, this lady, where are you? If I find you, For 3 months, I heard nothing from him. When I reported the matter to his parents, his mother advised me to apologize. But my parents told me not to. The mother said you should apologize for what? Hey, you should apologize to her ungrateful, lazy, cheating ass son who is doing nothing for you. For you asking him what he did with your hard-earned money, you should apologize to him. Why? You didn't have any conversations with your mother-in-law before getting married to your son, eh? Because clearly, I know why they are telling you to apologize, because looking at how you do your things and behave, during this difficult time, I confided in a friend. We became emotionally and intimately involved as a result. It didn't go on for long though. It ended and I confessed everything to my husband. He was crushed, but he forgave me. A few months later, I became pregnant. The child is my husband's, but he didn't believe me at first. He demanded a DNA test. How can I trust you? You had an affair, remember? This was his anthem. I knew I brought it upon myself, so I didn't complain. 3 months after I gave birth, he told me he was planning to travel abroad. When I asked how he was going to fund it, he said his friends were going to help him, only for him to turn around to ask me for 50,000 Ghana cedis to finalize his plans. As a supportive wife, no, as a stupid wife, my sister. The word here is as a stupid wife, not a supportive. You are not supportive, you are stupid. I reached out to friends and family and took loans, including one from my workplace, to raise the money from him. He also borrowed 10,000 Ghana cedis from a friend with a promise that his wife would pay. Of course, you are stupid, my dear. Darling, you are very stupid. So this is how they are going to use you. Stupid people, they will use you stupidly. He left late last year. By February of this year, he started demanding that I repay the 10,000 he borrowed from his friend. Wait, you left for the States since February, and this month, you're asking your wife who is in Ghana to pay for the loan. What have you been doing all this while outside the country? Lazy people, he will be lazy like that. You made that promise without consulting me, I told him. Besides, I also have a loan of 20,000 Ghana cedis due in April. Don't forget I am taking care of our children alone. His only reply was, a promise is a promise, paying for the money. Despite my struggles, I managed to send 5,000 to his friend. Then in March, my father-in-law passed away. My family and I performed the funeral rites as expected. So instead of completing the payment, I used the remaining 5,000 for that. In April, I cleared the 20,000 debt I own. When I shared the receipt with my husband, he didn't even say thank you. He just replied, okay. My dear, like I said, you are stupid. And because you are stupid, you don't deserve a thank you. This is what you deserve. If you don't use this one. Later in April, he began pressurizing me again to pay the remaining 5,000 he owed to his friend. Out of anger, I said, I'm not pooping money. He found it offensive, so he didn't talk to me for 2 months. Meanwhile, because transportation had become a necessity, I took another loan to buy a car. He wasn't happy for me. He was rather angry. That's basically our marriage in a nutshell. Anything at all can result in conflict. Recently, he suggested relocating the children and me to join him abroad, but said he couldn't afford the ticket. He said I will have to bear the travel cost, so I told him no. Now he is telling me that I can leave the marriage if I want to. All I wanted was for us to have a conversation about the state of our marriage, so that we can work on everything that is not working, but he wouldn't do it. After 10 years in this marriage, I am realizing I have never experienced real joy or true partnership. He told me that even if we start living together again, everything will be based on shared responsibilities. Unlike me, he's not willing to take full responsibility for our children or family needs. How did I put up with this for 10 good years? And is this marriage? There has been no joy, no proper communication, no planning for the future. I have carried this marriage alone emotionally, financially, and mentally for too long. I am so tired. What exactly am I still holding on to? You are still holding on to your stupidity. Excuse my words. You are still holding on to your stupidity. You know, sometimes some of you, it's like they need to crack your brains and put some sense into it and hold it tightly and even still help you to use that brain, because it's like your brain, you are well educated, but your brain, I think, is made for suffering and being stupid, slaving for men. A man allowed you to pay for your own gown, your own makeup. Your father came to support. And what? You think that is a man who loves you? Let me tell you, when men love you, you don't ask them for anything. They give you every single thing, even the ones you do not even like. They will give it to you. Until you tell them, oh, next time, don't give me this one, give me the purple. Or don't give me the red, give me the green. Men, you allowed him to travel with loans on your name. And you still paid for those loans. And now he's telling you that he wants to relocate you and the kids abroad. So what is he doing abroad? That he couldn't pay for these petty loans. 10,000. He couldn't pay for 10,000 Ghana cedis. My sister, well, until I come your way next time with a different story, thank you for sticking with me.